One time, after searching YouTube, I stumbled upon David Bowden and his spoken word poetry. In his poetry, he spoke about social justice and the care for the needy, as well as the beauty for the gospel. His poems quickly became my favorite, and here's one of them, Death and Its Sting.
And I saw him, death with his mighty sting, exhaling every breath, the plight that he brings. To the grave he gave victory, triumphing over life with the fear of endless sleep. Endlessly we hide from our mortality, mortally wounded from birth. We lie to ourselves from infancy, investing our time in this life that will inevitably be taken by this incredible creature that stands before me, death. He manifests himself on ordinary days. His 6-foot stomach growls with hunger pains, and for his meal, he cannot wait. So we are forced to taste him even before the grave. We are all dying. There is no other way. I see him in Haitian and Japanese earthquakes. He's hating on the scapees of his cruel wakes. I see him in poverty, impoverishing the quality of life for regions that are reachable, and in those who within reach who find reason not to reach out to treat what is treatable. I see him in disease, taking life out of uninfected but affected families. I see him in oppression, pressing down on the oppressed and the oppressor. I see him in depression, in Prozac and pain pills, razor blades and bedside wills. I see him in abuse, physical, mental, emotional misuse. I see him in spiritual confusion, material obsessions, and physical possession. I see him in marital transgressions, childhood remorse from an ugly divorce. I see him on our slavery to our appearances, appearing to care more about our images than those in dying villages. I see his emergences in our churches as we pull out emergency verses as deterrents to religious differences, going on the defense, defending our way of worship, making community worthless. Death is killing us before we even enter the surface of the earth. We are in service of the words, it is finished, the end of birth. We cannot hide from this wretched curse. For death in his grave, we constantly rehearse. Even God himself was coerced. Divinity immersed itself in humanity, humbly taking on flesh, scorning vanity. The world saw his way of life as insanity. Insisting, he ceased speaking of his radical Christianity, but man found God guilty, accusing God of blasphemy, performing the ultimate usurpation by slaying Christ on Calvary. But through his cowardly cross, Jesus embossed mankind with amnesty, champing over death with the beauty of fatal injury. And I know many still doubt, and rightfully so. So bringing up this inquiry, what does that poor Jewish man dying on a Roman tree 2,000 years ago have to do with me? And I reply simply, Christ came to die to marry his bride to be, and although death could kill the groom, it could not kill the ring. God made us one with Christ in life, and matrimony's cling. Now the undying church, his ever-living wife can sing, "O death, where is your sting? O grave, where is your victory? But we have risen above your misery. We will not succumb to your finality. We have passed through death to new birth. We gave the grave to the earth, and we claim today the cross worth. The body of his rising. We are the risen church."